Hey guys, Zizek here, and this time we're looking at the Luck and Logic trial decks and a couple booster packs. For those of you that don't know, Luck and Logic is Bushiroad's new trading card game. They had an anime made by Bandai Visual. It was actually decent. It's definitely pretty. Uh, but basically, it was going to be Japan only, and there were so many people, wanting it in English that they finally brought it over to English. And I think we're only two sets behind. I think the third set's coming out in Japan, so we actually got it relatively quick this time compared to like Vanguard and all that. But today we have the two trial decks for the game that are out in English right now, 1 and 2. I got two booster packs, which I already opened. Long story, don't worry about it. And just wanted to show you guys what we got. So let's look at the booster packs first. So this is the first booster set for the game. It's called Growth in Genesis. It's kind of like a prequel set. Like everything in this happens before the anime starts. So you can see in the back, it's got your breakdown, it's got all four colors in the game, and it's got two different worlds. It's got Mausoleum and Dysphia. 7 cards a pack, all the normal rarities you expect. The actual like booster pack setup is pretty similar to Weiss Schwarz if you know anything about that. But let's look what we got inside. Fair warning, by the way, this is not a this is not a buddy fight game. This is kind of their take on the whole waifu trading card game kind of thing. So it's all going to be girls mostly and very tiny outfits. So fair warning. So here's our first card. This is Buffalo Form Aoi. I think that's how you pronounce that. This is a transunion, so this is a fusion between a human and some other being from another world, pretty much. You can actually see who the being is down there. It says Meichi down there. So this is Aoi fused with Meichi, and we might see Meichi later on. But the setup is, I guess if I had to pick one game it's similar to, it's I guess kind of similar to... I guess it's more similar to Vanguard in a sense. These are standard size cards, by the way, so again, Vanguard's the only game that's going to use the small size cards. But she is level 2, she costs 0, she takes up 1 territory, which is actually a spot on the field. This is her logic, I guess. Kind of like a trigger in Weiss Schwarz or Vanguard. They get their power, their limit, which is how many triggers they can play pretty much, and they have aura, which is kind of like a secondary way to win battles. As far as their effects go, it's pretty similar to Vanguard or Weiss Schwarz. You have auto, act, continuous, all that kind of stuff. This new icon is called LD though. This is logic drive, and basically you can only do one logic drive a turn, no matter how many people have logic drive. And she is a blue card, and she is from the Mausoleum world, as you can see down there. And they've all got little attributes in the bottom, like pretty much everything else. So that was the quick rundown, so let's go through the rest of the pack. By the way, the backs are gorgeous. They have the little almost foil thing to them, which I can't really show on camera. You can kind of see it there. Alright, so here's the only dude, I think, besides a foreigner that we'll see. This is Yoshika, I think is how you say that. Swordswoman. Yeah, it's kind of weird. This is the main character of the anime, pretty much, but he's a red card, and he's from Dysphia, which is the other world in this set. You have the decision to protect Sina, which is one of the main character's sisters in the anime. She's yellow. And you have Lucia of the Swallowbacks, and she is a foreigner. See how their icon is different than these guys over here? All of these guys are transunion, so this means they're fused with their foreigner, and this is an actual foreigner. And here's another foreigner. This is Xiaolin. That's a dragon, apparently. And here is my rare, which is a Sina, and she is a Logilistic. So basically, a very brief rundown of the game. You play a Logilistic and a foreigner to the field. You can stack them on top of each other and search your deck or hand for a transunion and put it into play. So, kind of like synchro summoning or fusing from Yu-Gi-Oh! But the rares have a really simple pattern, and you can get foils of the common and uncommons in this set. I'm pretty sure in the Japanese sets they stopped doing that in set 2 and 3, so we'll see if they actually do it over here still. But there's my rare. Then you always get a Paradox in your pack, which is kind of similar to Climaxes and Weiss Schwarz. But all they really do, they always change the battle to an aura battle. So instead of fighting with power, you fight with aura. And they usually do some other kind of effect over here as well. Okay, and that pack went on for way too long, so let's pick it up with this one. We got Aoi again. Got another Yoshika. Yoshika. I will never be able to say his name. We got that guy, Ashura, which is Cena's partner. You got Sigard, maybe. You got Reisetsu, which is actually the deck I want to make with Yoshi. His name is Yoshi now. And they actually have an ability called Vanguard, so that's cute. And there's Yoshi again. So just another regular rare. Then a Paradox with Ashura on it. Alright, so now let's check out the first deck. This is trial deck number 1, Brave Logic. This is all about Chloe Maxwell here. It's a green deck, and it's the Monoleum world. And as you can see, the trial decks here in America are $19.99. And I actually have one of the Japanese decks here. We actually did an event at the store I go to with the Japanese cards through heartofthecards.com. So we actually got the Japanese decks in too. You might be able to see that these are 500 yen, which is less than $5 American. So the cool thing about this game when it first came out was that it was super cheap. Decks were $5. Packs were, I think, $2, maybe $3. Boxes were like $30 or $40, I think. And they finally announced that it's coming to America. Everyone was so excited. And then it just goes right back up to normal Bushiroad American prices. So it's literally 4 times as much in America. I don't know the business side of Bushiroad and all that, but it was kind of disappointing to see that these are going to be the same price as everything else, because it being cheaper would have been a really good hook to get people into this game. But since it's just as expensive as every other Bushiroad game, it's going to be kind of hard for people to get into this, I think. But I just wanted to compare the two boxes. They're actually pretty similar. For some reason, the American box doesn't show the text on the card. For some reason, it's also fatter, which I think is just Japan making fun of us at this point. The backs are pretty much the same. So let's crack this open. Alright, so I haven't opened these yet. But you do have a chance to get a foil stamped card in the starter decks, like most Bushiroad games. Something that's inside. Put that back there. And there is Chloe. Not super duper foil, but just enough to make it foily. It's pretty cool. Alright, I cut the tape on the back, so let's see if we can actually open this. Maybe. There we go. So there's all your stuff. And here is the deck. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to look at stuff that comes in this little package real quick. So it looks like you just get your quick manual and your playmat. So let's open this up real quick and look at it. Okay, so here is the playmat. I know it looks like there's a lot going on, but there's really not. It's pretty funny they have to put the deck in the graveyard diagonal so you can actually fit them on this mat. But it's pretty similar to Weiss Schwarz, with kind of a mix of Vanguard with the circles here. So the playmat isn't that difficult to figure out. Here is the flow of a turn, just so you can see that really quick, and pause it if you want to. And that's about it. Let's look at the back. Alright, on the back we have the deck guide for this deck. Actually, it looks pretty nice. I like the aesthetic of everything in this game with the white and the clean graphics and everything. But I'll really quickly try and focus. I'll let you guys look at all this if you want to. You can pause it. Spawn Liam, story. There you go. And a little blurb about the booster packs too. And here is the quick manual, which is actually different than the one they have on the website, at least last time I checked, because they actually have the correct terms for everything. And the only reason I know that is because it actually says mobilize a member instead of call. So the official term for culling in this game is mobilizing, instead of, you know, calling like in Vanguard and Buddy Fight and Weiss Schwarz and all that stuff. But I haven't checked it recently, so this might be updated on the website by now. But just a quick look. Okay, so let's finally look at this deck. Take the little sleeve off, and you can see there's actually two different card backs here. That's because in the starter decks you also get these things called gate cards. These actually make up your field in this game. So you put 6 out, kind of like your 6 circles in Vanguard. But these kind of act like shields from Kaijudo or Duel Masters. When you break them, they always do something. You actually make a gate deck of 10 cards, and you randomly shuffle it up and deal out 6. You don't really know whatever you'll get, but you can kind of set up your field that way. And the only way to get these gate cards is in the starter decks. I think there's actually a secret one in the booster pack, but I don't know if it's a different one than ones you can get in here. But here's the first one, Gigan Mountains. Get 2 of those. Got Taronga Beach. Get 2 of those. Hollow of the Tukuku Great Tree, excuse me. 2 of those. Footprints of Garuga. Sure. Warutau Caves. I got there. So basically this is the other world, and these are the gates you're fighting over. This is how these foreigners come into our world. Alright, so the key card here is Tiger's Roar Chloe. She's level 4. Basically, she gets a bunch of power. That's really all she does. But she is the foil you get in here. I don't know how many foils are in here, we'll see. But you get 2 copies of her. Looks like you get 4 copies of Great Victory Chloe. And you have Pursuit on Water Chloe. This is her trance with her other foreigner. This is Firil. I think it was Frill in the translated stuff. But we'll see those later too. This is just her second form, pretty much. 2 of those. First Combat Chloe. 4 of those. New Encounter Chloe. Successful Trance Chloe. 4 of those. Logilistic Chloe. 4 of those. Ready for Battle Chloe. Probably 2 of those. Oh, nope, 4 of those. Joining ALCA Chloe. Betcha 2 of these. Yep. Then we have Daiga of the Swift Strikes. This is all of her fusions with the cat outfit. This is her fuse with him. So you get 4 of him. Get Firil of the Flow. This is her other fusion. Then you have another Daiga. Then you have your Tactics, which you play from your hand into the battle zone, or which is actually not the field, it's a separate zone. But you get Trident of Pulverizing Waves, 2 of those. 2 Tiger Hunting Grounds. Then you have your Paradox cards. You have to have 8 in your deck, no more, no less. And like I said, they're kind of like Climaxes and Weiss Schwarz, but function pretty differently. But your second foil, I guess, in the deck is Invert Shout. And you're going to have 4 of those. Then we have Miracle Moses. Surprised they actually kept that name. You get 4 of those too. So no hot stamp in this deck, but that is Chloe's deck. So now let's look at Tamaki's deck. Just so you can see her deck box really quick before I open it all up. So inside you get your quick manual for Tamaki's deck. It's the exact same thing, it just has a picture of Tamaki instead of Chloe on the front here. And then her playmat's going to have a different deck guide on the back, so let's look at that. Okay, so here is her deck guide. Just give you a quick look over on that real quick. Maybe get all the glare off. Alright, and let's see Tamaki's deck here. Let's look at her gates first. So the gates all have a number in the top right here, and you can only have 2 of each number in your gate deck. Basically because the numbers usually have the same general effect. Like a 1 usually has, if it's destroyed, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your stock. That kind of thing. But we have Tower of the Five Heavens Rock, Unkyo District, 100 Rows of Burning Candles, Kirin Palace, and Tori Gate of the Nether Guardian. Alright, and Tamaki's deck is yellow, and she's from the Desphia world. And this is her transunion with Xiaolin, that little girl you saw in the booster packs. But this is Toward the Future Together Tamaki. This is one of the foils in the deck. I'm gonna get 2 of those. Glistening Emperor of Jewel Tamaki. 4 of those. Layered. Oh, Layered. That's not a C. Layered Resonance Tamaki. This is her transunion with your other foreigner, which we'll see in a minute. Get 2 of those. Unwavering Conviction Tamaki. 4 of those. New Potential Tamaki. Awakened Power Tamaki. 4 of those. Logilistic Tamaki. This is just her normal human self. 4 of those. Diligent Studying Tamaki. 4 of those. And Delicate Smile Tamaki. Then we have Dragon Princess Emperor Jewel Xiaolin. She is a dragon emperor. Of course. Bushiroad. It's 4 of those. We have Musical Performer Divine Music Otahime. She's the other foreigner in this deck. Then we have Alchemember Xiaolin. And we have some of her tactics. We have 108 repertoires. Just gonna skip that one. Head and Technique Awakening. Then we have your second foil, which is the Paradox. Arc Bolt on Stage. Gonna have 4 of those. And Abyssal Utopia. Gonna have 4 of those too. And of course, no sign cards, because I will never get a sign card in my life. And just for fun real quick, I'm just gonna compare the Japanese card with the English card here. You can see the foil pattern's actually pretty different. On the Japanese one, it's just those dots. And it's not very exciting to see on the table. This one actually is a little bit more exciting to see, at least. Looks a little bit prettier. But, I mean, everything else is exactly the same. It looks pretty good. They're the exact same thickness. It's not like Vanguard where the Japanese cards are thicker. The back's design is even exactly the same. The only thing is, you can maybe kind of tell, but the English ones are actually darker. The green is actually darker. I like the Japanese one a lot better, but yeah, that's the only difference. They're pretty much exactly the same. So, I think that's going to be it for this video. It's a really long one, sorry. But I just wanted to show everything I could. I'm really going to try and have some gameplay footage really soon, because I really do love playing this game. It's actually a lot of fun to actually play. But I've got some cleaning up to do, it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. and have a nice day.